Hi, hi students. This is Viswanath, chemistry faculty for NEET and IIT exams. See the next thermodynamic property, Gibbs energy. It is also called Gibbs function. It is represented by the symbol capital G. So formula is G equal to H minus Ts. Here H means enthalpy, T temperature in Kelvin scale, S entropy. Gibbs function is an extensive property. That means it depends on size and quantity of the matter present in the system and is a state function. This Gibbs function depends on initial and final state of the system. It does not depend path followed by the system. And delta G equal to delta H minus T delta S. Delta G means change in Gibbs energy. The above equation is referred to as the Gibbs equation. Delta G has units of energy. Energy units means joule per mole or kilojoule per mole. For a spontaneous process, delta G is negative. Delta G value is negative, then that process is spontaneous. Delta G negative means less than 0. That is delta H minus T delta S less than 0, then that particular process is spontaneous. Here delta H is nothing but related to system. Delta S is also related to system. So delta H system and change in enthalpy of the system is the enthalpy change of a reaction. T delta S system is the energy which is not available to do useful work. This energy is not useful to do useful work, so delta G is the net energy available to do useful work and is thus a measure of the free energy. How much amount of free energy is available in a system is measured in terms of Gibbs energy. So it is also known as free energy of the reaction, Gibbs free energy or Gibbs free energy of the reaction. Delta G gives a criteria for spontaneity at constant pressure and temperature. Students, remember these conditions. These are very important. Delta G is negative, spontaneous process. Delta G is positive, non-spontaneous process. If a reaction has delta H equal to positive, delta S is also equal to positive. It can be spontaneous when T delta S greater than delta H. Remember these conditions carefully. Based on this, multiple choice questions will come. Delta H is positive, change in enthalpy is positive. Delta S is positive, change in entropy is also positive. Under these conditions, for a process to be spontaneous, then what is the required thing? The value of T delta S greater than delta H, then only that particular process is spontaneous. Under what condition we can get this one? See this, delta S equal to small positive value, T must be large. Example, here delta H is positive, okay, so positive means plus 10 and T large value means 200, small positive value for delta S means 2. Finally, what is the answer? Minus 390. Minus value means less than 0. That means delta G less than 0. That is negative. So process is spontaneous. In another case also we can achieve this condition. Delta S is a large value, T is small value. In this case also delta H is small, delta H is positive and T is small value, delta S is large value. Positive value means example 20, small value 298, large value for delta S example 912.912.7. Final answer negative. Negative means less than 0. So here also delta G is negative. That means spontaneous. Okay. I hope you understood these conditions. Important, remember carefully. Delta G naught of a reaction can be calculated from the following equation. Delta G naught means standard free energy change of the reaction. Standard free energy change of the reaction, delta R G naught equal to sigma delta F G naught of the products minus sigma delta F G naught of the reactants. Say this in terms of words. Delta F G naught means sum of standard Gibbs free energy of formation of the products. A compound is formed from its constituent elements which are present in their standard state. Then the free energy change is called standard Gibbs free energy. Here also delta F G naught means standard Gibbs free energy of formation of products minus sum of standard Gibbs free energy of formation of reactants. By using this formula, we can calculate standard Gibbs energy of the reaction delta R G naught. Okay. Now see the next one. For a reaction at equilibrium, delta R G equal to 0. Suppose a reversible reaction is present at equilibrium condition. In that case, change in Gibbs energy of the reaction delta G equal to 0. Remember this. Next, numericals. Combustion of hydrogen in a fuel cell at 300 Kelvin is represented as 2H2 plus O2 gives rise to 2H2O. If delta H and delta G are minus 241.60 kilojoule mole inverse, minus 228.40 kilojoule mole inverse for H2O. The value of delta S for the above process is, okay, delta H value, delta G value are given, delta S we should find out. So what is the formula? Delta G equal to delta H minus T delta S. From this, delta S equal to delta H minus delta G divided by T. Substitute delta H, delta G and temperature 300, then we can get this one. Minus 44 joules delta S. For 1 mole of H2O minus 44 joules. In the given equation, how many moles of H2O? 2 moles. So, for 2 moles of H2O, what is the change in entropy? 88 joules. Okay. Next, consider the following reaction at a temperature T, capital T. CH2 double bond CH2. This is ethylene plus Cl2 gives rise to Cl CH2 CH2 Cl. Enthalpy change of the reaction delta R H naught minus 217.5 kilojoule per mole. Entropy change of the reaction delta R S naught, standard entropy change of the reaction delta R S naught, that is minus 233.9 joule Kelvin mole. Reaction is supported by, that means this reaction to be spontaneous. Then what is the required condition? For a process to be spontaneous, what is the required condition? Delta H is negative, delta S is positive. Here delta H is negative. Okay, that is suitable. And delta S is negative. So this condition is not suitable. For this process to be spontaneous, this reaction to be spontaneous, that spontaneity is supported by enthalpy because delta H value is negative. That's why this reaction to become spontaneous reaction, necessary condition is provided by enthalpy. Answer option B. Okay. Next. Which of the following conditions will always lead to a non-spontaneous change? Understand carefully. Here they asked required conditions for non-spontaneous change. Delta G is positive, process is non-spontaneous. Delta H is positive, non-spontaneous. Delta S is negative, non-spontaneous. So delta H is positive, delta S is negative. So what is the option? Option D is the answer. See, delta G is positive, non-spontaneous. Delta H is positive, delta S is negative. Then what happens? Substitute in that formula, plus positive value of delta H minus T into negative value of delta S. Negative into negative, positive. This one positive. Total value positive. Delta G positive, less than 0. Process is non-spontaneous. Suitable condition, option D. Next. Suppose that a reaction has delta H minus 40 kilojoule and delta S minus 50 joule per Kelvin. At what temperature range will it change from spontaneous to non-spontaneous? Students, here we have to find out temperature range. In which temperature, at what temperature range reaction becomes spontaneous to non-spontaneous? So 4 options are given. So useful formula for this, delta G equal to delta H minus T delta S. So from option D, substitute these temperature values in this formula. Delta G equal to minus 40 kilojoule they gave, but in the delta S they gave in joules. So convert this into joules. Minus 40 into 1000 minus temperature how much here? 799. Substitute this one. 799 into delta S minus 50. So by doing calculation we can get minus 50 joules. That means at the temperature 799 the process is spontaneous. Next, same another temperature 801 minus 40 into 1000 minus 801 into minus 50 entropy value. Finally we can get plus 50 joule, non-spontaneous. So in this temperature range process changes from spontaneous to non-spontaneous. You may get a doubt, how can we get answer? That means so exactly this is the answer for this question, means remaining options also we have to check. There is no simple technique than this one. So we have to check all the options. From that we can get our required answer. Okay students, practice well. We'll meet you in the next class.